Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Alexandre from Canadialog back with you. Yeah, I'm doing well, and yes, things were crazier than usual here due to the COVID-19, and that's why I put less podcasts than usual online. But I'm here, I'm still here. And today we'll talk about the open and save dialogues in Windows. These are commonly used dialogues, but a lot of users are facing difficulties finding their way and using these dialogues the right way. So I'm gonna show you how you can easily navigate these dialogues, the different available options in there, and how to easily find your place and make sure you're not gonna be lost when using them. Enjoy! The open and save dialog are frequently used by a lot of you, and I observed that a lot of persons are just pressing Ctrl S or Ctrl O, and they are looking inside the same folder, and they are unable to change folder because they are unaware that it is either possible to do it or they don't know how to proceed to change the current folder, and they are a bit lost browsing these dialogues. So I'll be with you today to show you how you can easily navigate these dialogues and which item you should find out when browsing them. These dialogues are frequently visible in several applications like the Notepad, Word, WordPad, even Outlook, Thunderbird, and much more. So I'm gonna first do a quick tour of a classic save dialog by opening the Notepad, and after that we'll be able to select which option we'll be using and which one we'll put on the side. And after that, for sure, we'll compare with the open dialog, which is quietly the same thing, except that instead of saving a file, you will open an existing one. So without further ado, let me open my Notepad.
Windows R, run dialog, T-E-A-D, enter,
So
Untitled-Notepad, edit.
All right, so I just typing in the Notepad command in the run dialog, much faster than sometime using the start menu. So I'm in.
Title is Untitled-Notepad.
For sure, I can double check that by pressing Insert T. And I'll just type some things in this file.
Space R-A and D-O-S-P-A-E period, enter. 5, this is a random file.
Whoops.
5.
I press an extra 5 here. Okay, so this is a random file. There we go. I'm just going to press Ctrl S in order to save it out.
Ctrl S, save as dialog. File name : edit combo, star.txt. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type the value, Alt+N.
Compared to other applications, the file name is not pre-named with the beginning of the file. We are free to put whatever we'd like. For sure, we can do the same in other apps, but sometimes the file will be pre-named. I press Ctrl S, so a dialog appears. Why? Because it is the first time I am saving this file. After I did the original save, if I just edit the content of my file, then press again Ctrl S instead of showing up this dialog, then it will just save the modifications without further asking. So by default, after pressing Ctrl S, or let's say if you click Save As in the File drop-down menu, then you'll be placed in the file name. By the way, if you want to clarify where the focus is located with JAWS, yes, I'm doing the demo using JAWS, you can press Insert Tab.
File name : edit combo, star.txt. To set the value, use the arrow key.
So I got a confirmation here that it is set to file name. So the focus now into the file name text area. Yes, use the arrow key to adjust the value. Well, this is not really appropriate here because the best way, if you want to name your file, is just to type in a file name there. So without further ado, let me press the Tab key and we'll turn around this dialog and see the different options.
Tab. Save as type : combo box. Text documents left paren star.txt right paren. 1 of 2.
Okay, so save as type. This is a common options here. So you'll have the possibility to select the file type. So if many exist in the application, you can select the appropriate one. For sure, in the notepad, the only file type you'll find out is the txt, or in all applications, you can either select all file star.star. So, if I'm using arrow keys, I am now in a drop-down list, so I can just press up or down arrow.
Text documents left paren star. All files left paren star. Text
So
all
options.
files left paren star right paren.
So all files star dot star. Yeah, the dot is not pronounced here, but anyway.
Text documents left paren star.txt right paren.
And the text document. Let me keep it on text. So I'm just gonna press tab to move to the next options.
Tab. Toolbar hide folders button. To activate, press spacebar.
Here, this is a toolbar containing only one button. If I'm herring here, I'm not going to find out any different button. It's just the hide folder. I'm really not going to suggest you to click hide folders button, because if you're doing so, you'll have a lot of difficulties selecting the file emplacement when saving. In case this button was activated by mistake, you can just press the spacebar to toggle the status of this button. So right now it is allowing to hide folders, so folders are now shown. So if you press the spacebar,
Space. Toolbar browse folders button.
there we go. So now the File Explorer list view is hidden. So if I want to show it up, I can just press again the spacebar.
Space. Toolbar hide folders button.
So this is a toggle button. Okay, let me press tab.
Tab. Encoding : combo box. UTF-8. 4 of 5.
Here's the encoding. This is a drop-down list proper to the notepad. We're not going to find out this kind of list elsewhere. Sometimes some application can provide something similar to this, but this one is proper to the notepad. Word will not going to provide this drop-down list. But if you're using TextPad, Notepad++, this is the kind of thing you may find out when saving a file. So let me press tab.
Tab. Save button. To activate, press spacebar.
Here's the save button. So this is, by the way, the default button in the dialog. So if I press Insert E,
Default button is save.
so if you're using JAWS and want to know which button is the default one in a dialog, just press Insert E. What the default button means is if you press Enter on either a edit field, a checkbox, or something, it will validate the dialog, and then the default button will be in use. So in this case, if you press Enter where it is allowed to do so, it will validate the dialog. For sure, if let's say I press the tab key again, I should find out the cancel button.
Tab. Cancel button. To
Here
activate,
it is.
press.
For sure, if I press enter on the cancel button, it's not going to save the file because we are now focusing on the cancel button. And same thing when we'll be using the File Explorer list view. If you press enter, instead of saving a file, it's just going to open the selected folder. So be aware that at some specific place, the enter should activate the default button, but not everywhere in the dialog. So you need to be careful on where you're pressing enter. So let me continue tabbing.
Tab. Toolbar up to quote this PC quote left paren alt plus up arrow right paren button. To activate, press spacebar.
Well, here is a toolbar allowing to quickly find out a favorite location or to hop a level, things like this. We're not gonna focus on this toolbar, knowing that this is not the easiest way to save a file or to open a file using a screen reader. We will instead use the Explorer list view that we'll find out at a later point. If you want to access the control of this toolbar, you may just continue pressing the tab key. In some circumstances, maybe the arrow keys will be helpful as well.
Tab. Toolbar all location split button.
So all locations, so if you want to see all locations, you can use it. By the way, this is a split button, meaning that you can press either this button, so by simply pressing the spacebar or enter, or you can also use the Alt down arrow that will open a menu. But anyway, really this toolbar is not really helpful for us. So, well, maybe we can skip it. Pressing tab again.
Tab. Search edit box edit. Type in text. Search box edit. Type in text.
So here's a search box allowing to find out a file or folder under the folder you're currently viewing. We'll see at a later time how to check the folder name we are currently viewing. So this is a search box. This is not something I'm using a lot, but yes, the feature is available as well. Pressing tab again.
Tab. Save as dialog. Command module toolbar. Organize button. To activate, press spacebar.
We are now in another toolbar
New
which
folder button.
contains
View split
some
button.
buttons. I'm just hearing right now.
And help button. Organize button.
And so this toolbar allows to perform some actions, like if I click the organize button, just to show you.
Space. Context menu. Copy unavailable. Paste unavailable. Undo unavailable. Redo unavailable. Select all unavailable. Layout submenu. Change folder and search options unavailable. Delete unavailable. Rename unavailable. Remove.
Yeah, a lot of buttons are now unavailable because nothing is properly selected.
Escape.
So let
Leaving
me press
menus.
the escape key here. So, but anyway, this button will not gonna be really helpful for us because if you well know your keyboard shortcut, you can perform a majority of these actions using keyboard shortcuts instead. So let me press the tab key.
Tab. Treeview. Treeview. This PC closed.
And now this is the Treeview. So that's one of the first part containing all our folders and that you can use. The same thing, by the way, as if you press Windows E, then if you access like the Treeview by pressing Shift Tab. The Treeview is nice visually, but using a screen reader, well, this is maybe not the easiest way. I will show you how to use it, the Treeview, at a later time. But the next option, if we press Tab again, that will be much better.
Tab. Shell folder view. Explorer pane. Folder layout pane. Shell folder view. Items view list box. Custom office templates. 1 of 4.
And
To
now
move to an item,
we
press the
are
arrow keys.
in the folder view, which contains the file and folder of the currently active folder. So the folder that if you just press enter on save button, that will contain the new saved file you've just created. So this is it. Let me press tab again.
Tab. Header. Name split button.
Here is a filter bar if you want to organize or filter items. So if you want to organize by name, by date, etc., you can do it. I'll show you how to use this at a later time. And then if I press tab again,
Tab. File name : edit combo. star.txt.
we're now back at the original point where we were at the time we've pressed the Control S command. So concretely, how to save a file using this dialog. Now that we are in the file name, for sure we can name it. I can type in test.
T.
Okay, so here's test. By the way, the file extension will be automatically added at the later time. So if I want to check in which folder I am, I can just press the F4 key in order to access the address bar. This is not something we saw when pressing tab and shift tab. Using a toolbar like the location toolbar, it is possible to find out the address bar, but just pressing F4 will be quicker. So let me press that.
F4. Address edit combo. Documents. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type the value. D.
And then you can hear the folder name we are currently viewing. Depending your settings, you may see either just the short folder name or with some other Windows configuration, you may also hear the complete path, which is like C:\user /your name/document. So in order to exit the address bar, the best way will be to press F6 a couple of times, usually 3 times. At least press F6 until you'll hear the Treeview. And then if you hear the Treeview, you can just press F6 another time and then you should be placed back in the folder view. So let me press F6 once.
F6, Command Module Toolbar, Organize button.
Another time.
F6, Treeview. This PC
Here's the Treeview. So the next F6 should put the focus back in the folder list view.
F6, Shell Folder View, Items View List Box.
There we go. So here's the folder view. Then if I want to find back my file name, then I can just press tab twice.
File name : combo box, test.
And then being in the file name edit box, we can notice that we are at 2 tabs from the folder view. So instead of pressing tab,
toolbar, tab,
to find it out.
Save, tab, Treeview, tab, shift tab, header, shift tab, custom office templates.
Then here I am. So instead of doing this,
tab,
just
file name : edit.
Okay, I'm back in my file name. If you want to select a specific emplacement where to save your file, just press shift tab twice.
Shift tab, custom office templates, 1 of 4.
And now we are viewing the content of our document folder. So here it is. And then if I want to arrow in this folder, I can, especially if I need to select a subfolder.
Models, Office Personnel, DAP Portable, 3 of 4.
Let me, for fun, save it into NVDA Portable. I really don't care. I will do it, pressing
Explorer
Enter.
pane, folder layout pane, Shell Folder View, Items View List Box, Braille Display Drivers, 2020.
Okay, so now we are inside the NVDA. So I'm just using, to navigate that, just using up or down arrow, then pressing the Enter key in order to select a subfolder. So if I want to confirm the emplacement where I am now, I can just press F4 again.
F4, address edit combo, C:\users /Canadialog English /documents /DAPportable. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type the value.
Okay, and as I mentioned before, now we are hearing the complete path of the current folder in the address bar. Keep in mind that if you want from the address bar to find back the folder view, press F6 3 times. So there we go.
F6,
1, 2,
Shell
3.
Folder View, Items View List Box, Braille Display Drivers.
And we're back. So once you'll find out the right emplacement where you'd like to save your file in, just stop moving. Do not use arrow keys, because if you are, you may select a folder or even a file. And if you select a file by mistake, then the file name we previously typed in the file name edit box will be replaced. So just let me show you. Let me try to find one.
End, waves, 12 of 12. User config, 11, synth drive, locale, 8 of
one there.
libarms, image,
We're lucky because here it is only folders that are visible, because other files, yes, some other files are there. However, they are not .txt files, so that's the reason they are not shown. So let me maybe go into documentation.
End, copying.txt.
Oh, there it is, a txt file. So if, by the way, if I want to get back to the parent folder or even the previous level, I just need to press backspace.
Items View List Box. To move to an item, press the arrow keys. Items View List Box, Braille Display Drivers.
For sure, if you are used with Alt left arrow as well, you can use it, no problem. So these are exactly the same commands as if you were using the standard Windows Explorer. So now we've just heard the content of the previous folder. And then if I press tab twice,
tab, edit combo, copying.txt.
So as you may notice, the file name has changed by itself because we have pointed to a file. So be careful, don't do this, or please always double check the file name before validating. So let me rename the file again. I will call it test.
T.
Then if I want to save that, it's going to be saved into my document, then NVDA Portable. Then I can just press enter. Or for sure, I can press tab until I'll reach out the save button. Then I can validate by pressing enter. So let me do just enter.
Enter, edit, type in text.
There you go. Then if I close the notepad,
Alt F4.
Then I can go and check inside my document.
Windows E. This PC D. Desktop. D. Documents. Enter.
Here's
Shell folder view.
document.
N. Daport. Enter.
Let me find out the NVDA folder. Here we go.
T.
Then
Test.txt.
test.txt is here.
Enter. Test.
Let me open it.
This is a random file.
This is a random file. There we go.
Blank.
Then I can close this file by pressing Alt F4.
Alt F4. Daportable.
Then I will delete it because this file does not make any sense here.
Delete file. Enter. Daportable.
There it is. Now that we saw that it was possible to easily save a file and selecting the appropriate folder while saving, I'm gonna show you how to use the Treeview if you really want to use it when saving a file. So let me open back the notepad.
Cortana. N-O-T. Enter. Untitled-notepad. Edit. Type in text.
And okay, so I can type some text.
Space T-Y-P space O-M-E space T-E-X-T space E-R-E period. Enter. I can type some text here. Blank.
Okay, so that's my file. Then let me press Control S.
Control S. Save as dialog. File name : edit combo. Star.txt.
Note that the notepad will always save the file at the latest location you saved something using the notepad, or the location where you open a file using the open dialog in the notepad. So just to confirm, let me press F4. You'll see that the location, the current location, if I just press enter here after giving a name to my file, will be in the NVDA portable folder.
F4. Address edit combo. C:// users / Canadialog English / documents / daportable.
There it is. So let me press F6 3 times.
F6 tab.
Then
file.
Tab twice. Okay, I am now back in my file name. I can press insert tab to confirm.
File name : edit combo.
There we go. Now, I'd like to show you how to use the Treeview, and to do this, I'd like to go ahead and save a file to my USB stick, which is named Kingston. So in order to do so, I will press Shift-Tab until
edit.
I'll find out the Treeview.
Rail disk. Shift-Tab. Treeview. This PC closed.
There we go. By the way, note that the Treeview is not showing the folder name we are currently viewing in the folder list view. So now in my Treeview,
Level 1. This PC closed.
I am on this PC. So let me expand this PC. In order to do so, I'll have to press the right arrow.
Level 2. Documents closed.
And automatically I got on the level 2.
Desktop. 3D level 1. This PC opened.
Go up. Yes, I was not on the first item of this PC. The focus was placed at a lower item. So just to show you.
Level 1. This PC opened.
This PC is now open. Then if I go down.
Level 2. 3D objects closed.
And now this is the level 2. So for each folder of the tree, I can expand or collapse using respectively right arrow to expand or left arrow to collapse. Let me go down.
Document downloads
and
music
then
closed.
I should find out at some point my Kingston USB stick and this PC level.
Pictures, videos, local disk, Kingston left D: right closed.
There it is. Then if I want to save in a particular folder of my USB stick, then I can expand it. But here I just want to select it because I'd like to create a folder in my USB stick. So let me just press enter to select in order to refresh or to put the right information in the folder list view. So just pressing enter here.
Enter.
Here it is. Then if I press the tab key.
Tab, shell folder view, Explorer pane, folder layout pane, shell folder view, items view list box, .sevents.
There it is. So that's my USB stick. Yes, I have some Mac stuff here, but that's not important. If I want to confirm for sure, I can also press F4 at any time.
F4, address combo box, D://.
So now, after I've pressed the enter key to select the folder I've located using the Treeview, then the letter D, the drive D, is now the selected drive D. That's the letter of my USB stick at this point. So let me press F6 3 times.
F6, 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 shell folder view, items view list box, .advanced.
There we go. So I am now viewing the content of my USB stick. And then if I'd like to create my folder as desired, then I can press Ctrl-Shift-N as in November or new. That's the exact same command you may use to quickly create a folder when using the Windows Explorer. So let's do it.
Ctrl-Shift-N, edit, new folder, type in text.
And now I am ready to type in the name of the folder I'd like to create. So let me call it Podcast Demo.
P-O-T-T-D-S-A-T-D-E-M-O.
Podcast Demo, then pressing Enter.
Enter, Podcast Demo, 18 of 18.
And automatically the folder got selected and the folder is now at the end of the list. This is a normal behavior. So I can just press Enter in order to access it.
Enter.
Nothing has been announced by JAWS. Why? Because the folder is an empty one. So if I press the Tab key,
Tab, save as dialog, Explorer pane, folder layout pane, shell folder view, items view list box, header, name split but, tab, file name : edit combo, star.txt.
There we go. So now I am back on my file name. Let me just press Shift Tab twice to
Shift
show
tab,
you.
Shift tab, shell folder view, items view list box. To move to an item, press the arrow keys.
So you know the folder view is empty.
Tab, items view tab, edit combo. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type the value. File name :
In some situation as well, you may observe that the bar allowing to filter or organize the content might be absent as well. Why? Because in some situation, when we are viewing an empty folder, the application will remove it, knowing that there's nothing to organize. So now I am in the file name. I just need to type in the name. So let me call it First Test.
R-S-T space.
Even if it's the second one. Anyways.
T-E-F-T.
Alrighty. Then I will just press Enter in order to validate.
Enter, edit, type in text.
Then if I press Insert T,
Title is firsttest.txt-
and same thing, so the file has been saved. By the way,
I can type blank.
like if I had some text,
Space. 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 A-D-D-O-N-E-T-E-T. Period.
okay, if I add some text, then if I press Control S here,
Control S.
there's not going to be any dialogue that will pop up because I am actually editing a previously saved file, so the modification has just been added to the end of the file. So the file has been automatically saved as soon as I press the Control S key. Then now I'll go ahead and close the notepad.
Alt F4. Desktop.
And for sure, if I go on my USB stick, Windows E.
This PC. K. Devices and drives expanded. Kingston left enter.
Kingston,
Shell
here it
folder
is.
view.
Then I can press P to find out Podcast Demo.
P. Podcast demo. Enter.
Enter.
Podcast demo. Items view list box. Firsttest.txt.
And inside of it, I can find out the firsttest.txt file I've just created. Let me close that.
Alt F4. Desktop.
Then let me go ahead and open Word. I'll go ahead and show you how to use the open dialog. You'll see that it is quietly the same thing as the save as dialog. And at the same time, for sure, we'll also cover the save dialog within Word. You'll see that this is quietly similar, but some option might be a bit different. Some might be added. So you'll see. Let me find
Cortana.
out
L-R-D.
Word.
Word. Enter.
There it is.
Document 1-Word. Print view. Edit.
There we go. And in order to open a file, I can press Ctrl O.
Control O. Backstage View. File list box. Open. 4 of 15.
Oh, wow. This is here the Backstage View. So it looks like my Word is not configured the classic way. Personally, I really hate the Backstage View, so maybe I can just go ahead and remove it in order to make Word classic. By the way, if you really want to use it and if you don't want to change the option and find back the classic open dialog, just press the Tab key here.
Tab. Recent tab. To switch pages.
And then press the right arrow until you'll find out Browse.
OneDrive. This P. Add a place. Browse button.
And let me press Enter here.
Open dialog.
There it
File
is.
name : edit combo. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type the value. Alt+N.
So here's the classic open dialog. Like if I press tab,
Files of
you'll
type :
see.
combo box. All word tab. Menu. 2 tab. Leaving menus. Open button tab. Cancel.
You know, so this is the classic open dialog. We'll just cover in a moment.
Space. Browse
So,
button. To
okay, I will click cancel.
Escape.
Then I need to exit the
Edit.
Backstage by pressing escape. So if I want to change this out, I can press Alt
Alt
F,
F.
then the letter
Backstage
T,
View.
as in
T.
Tango.
List box. Word options. Word options.
And here are the options. So let me go down and I will find out.
Display. Proofing. Save.
Save. There we go. Yeah, it is in save. Then let me press tab a couple of
Tab.
times.
Save documents. Autosave OneDrive and share tab. Save files in this format. Tab. Save auto recover information.
okay.
Every checkbox checked. Tab. Minutes edit spin box tab. Keep the last auto recovered version if I close without tab. Auto recover file tab. Browse dot tab.
second.
Don't show the backstage when opening or saving files with keyboard shortcuts. Checkbox not checked.
There it is.
Space.
So let me
checked.
check.
Tab. Show additional places for space.
Let me
Not checked.
uncheck this one.
Tab. Save to computer by default. Checkbox not checked.
And
Space.
let
checked.
me check this
Tab.
one. It's going to be much
Tab.
better for
Tab.
us.
Tab. Learn more tab. Server tab. Preserve tab. Preserve tab. Cache set.
Second, I just want to
Tab.
apply that.
Delete file tab. Delete tab. OK button. Space.
Okay, there we go.
Edit.
Okay, and now I am back in my
Title is Document 1-Word.
document 1. Then if I press Control O again,
Control O. Open dialog. File name : edit
so
combo. To set the
automatically,
value.
this is the classic open dialog. There it is. So I can do a quick tour of it. Then here's the file name, as you may be used with it.
Tab. Files of type : combo box. All Word documents left.
The file type.
Tab. Menu. Tools. To move through items.
In Tools menu, this is an extra menu from Word. If I go down in
Map
this
network
one,
drive ...
I have some options.
M.
Here, only one, which is Map Network Drive.
Escape. Leaving menus. Tools. Alt.
Later on, we'll see that in the Tools menu in the Save Dialog, we should find out more
Tab.
options.
Open button. Tab.
So the
Cancel
open,
button. Tab.
the cancel,
Toolbar up to quote this PC. Tab.
the Emplacement
Toolbar, all the
toolbar
tab.
we saw prior, which is not really helpful for
Search
us.
box edit.
The search
Tab.
box,
Command module toolbar. Organize button. Tab.
the organizer,
Control host. Treeview. Documents closed.
then the
Tab.
Treeview,
Shell
there
folder
it
view.
is.
Explorer pane.
That's the Treeview with the document folder, which is actually selected.
Tab. Header.
The
Name split
Explorer
button.
pane. Then we heard the name split button, which is the bar allowing to organize items by a different categories. So like name, last modified, etc. Or if you just want to filter items. So here it is. And the next item.
Tab. File name : edit combo.
We're back to the file name. So basically, if I'd like to go ahead and find out my TXT document, which is not a Word file, we'll see that we'll have to change something in the file types. But let me first of all find back my USB stick. So let me press Shift Tab twice.
Shift tab. Shift tab. Not selected custom office templates.
By default, Word, if you did not change this option, will always show you the document folder. So if I'd like to find out the first level of the tree, then I can press backspace a couple of times. So once.
Shell folder view. Explorer pane.
Second time.
Shell folder view. Explorer.
Third time. And what is the best thing to do is press it a couple of times until you stop hearing stuffs. Don't worry if you press too much the backspace key, nothing may happen. You're just going to be at the first level. So here I am. Then let me select this PC. Here it is.
Shell folder view. Explorer pane.
Then let me find my USB stick in this PC. To quickly find it out, I will press the letter K to locate Kingston.
K. Devices and drives expanded. Kingston left /D:.
Then pressing enter. And
document 1-Word. Multi-select list box open dialog.
There I can find out my podcast demo folder.
Podcast demo. Items view list box. To move to an item, press the arrow keys.
There is no item there shown because actually the file with saved earlier is a text file. So in order to make it appear, I will have to press tab.
Items view multi-select list box. Header. Name split tab.
Second
File name
tab.
colon. Alt tab. Files of type colon
Then-
combo box. All Word documents left paren star doc semicolon star doc.
Let me press the down arrow key.
All Word documents left paren
Then I can find out
XML file.
several
Word
formats
90.
as far as I press the down arrow. And by the way, at the top of the list,
Home. All files left paren star right paren.
if you want to be able to see all files in a folder, you can select this option, which is all files star. However, pay attention because if you select this option, then you may also view some files that are not compatible with the application you are in. So let me just press the letter T.
T. Text files left paren star .txt right paren.
Here it is. So text file star.txt. Then let me press Shift Tab a couple of times.
Shift tab. File name colon Shift tab. Explorer pane. Folder Shift tab. Not selected first test.txt. First
And
test.
here it is. So now I can, it was not selected. So
Control space. Not selected first test.
like this. So I can press the
Space.
space bar
First test
in order to
.txt.
select it. Just before opening the file, I just want you to keep in mind that in the open or save dialog, you can also perform some actions on a file like copying, cutting, pasting. You can either delete, like let me press the delete key just to show you. Don't worry.
Open dialog. Delete file dialog. Are you sure you want to permanently delete this file? Yes button.
So yes, instead of opening, I can even delete it. And for sure, I can even also delete a file or folder while saving another file. So that's is pretty helpful and useful for us.
Tab. No button.
Let me press tab
Space.
and click no
Document
because
one dash.
no, I don't want to delete my file. And now I'm back on my file name. I can double check this information by pressing insert tab.
First test.txt.
Here it is. Then let me, just for fun, put it in the parent folder. So I want to remove it from the podcast demo folder, and I'd like to put it at the root of my USB stick. So let me press Ctrl X to cut it.
Cut selection to clipboard.
Then if you'd like to go back to the previous level, keep in mind you just need to press the backspace key.
Shell folder view. Explorer pane. Folder layout pane. Shell folder view. Items view multi-select list box. Podcast demo.
Then I can paste my file here, pressing Ctrl V.
Pasted from clipboard.
And
77%
there we
complete.
go.
Moving one item from podcast demo to Kingston left paren D colon right paren dash 77% complete. Pause the operation checked box not checked. To check press spacebar. 100%. Document 1 dash Word. Multi-select list box open dialog. Open dialog. Explorer pane. Folder layout pane. Shell folder view. Items view multi-select list box. First test.txt.
There it is. Then I can also rename it. Let me press F2.
F2. Edit. First test.
Then I will change first test by second test.
Space T. Space S R I F blank S E C N D.
Yes, because
Space.
when I name it earlier, I wrote first instead of second, so that's fine. Pressing enter.
Items view multi-select list box. Not selected second test.txt.
Oh, again, the file is no longer selected, as you may hear it. So you know this is really important. You listen carefully to your speech synthesizer. So in order to select it, let me press spacebar again.
Space. Second test.txt.
And for sure, if I'd like to open it, I can press the tab key until I'll reach out the open button. But a simpler way is just to push the enter key here. It is now loading.
Second test.txt dash Word. Edit.
And
I can
now,
type some text here.
there we go.
If I can type some text here. If I add some text ... If I add some text ...
All right, so here are my two sentences. So you know this is quite easy to navigate these dialogues. Then let me show you the save as dialog. For sure, if it is a new document and if you did the quick configuration I just did in my option page into Word, I can press Ctrl S. Here, if I press Ctrl S, the modification will be saved to the document without any asking. So let me press the F12 key in order to save as the document.
F12. Save as dialog. File name :edit combo, second test.txt.
There it is. And by default, if I am working on a document which is already being saved and I'm saving another copy, it will be at the same emplacement than the original. So for sure I can change the emplacement, but by the way, if I'd like to confirm, I can just press the F4. It should be in the letter D.
F4.
Which is my
address
USB.
combo box, D://.
Yes, here it is. So let me press F6 3 times as I did in the notepad.
F6. F6. Shell view. Shell folder view. Items view list box. .fsevenst.
Yeah, don't worry. I press it 3 times, but only I think I do it too fast because only 2 F6 were pronounced, but that's fine as well.
Tab. Header.
Let me press tab.
Edit combo.
Twice.
Second test.txt.
So now I am back into the file name, edit combo box. Then let me show you the different options we may find there. So here's the file name. Let me press tab.
Tab. Save as type : combo box. Plain text left *star.txt right.
Then let me convert it into Word. So let me expand
Plain
the list by pressing arrow down. Then
home.
I'll
Word
go
document
at the top.
left *star.docs right paren.
Here it is. So the first item in the list is the Word document .docx. So here it is. Then I will save it as a Word document this time.
Metadata row authors : edit. Canadialog English. Type in text.
Then here we have some field allowing to add some tagging to the document like the author, the title, etc. This is not commonly used, but they are, and these fields are not there like in some other apps like the Notepad, TextPad, etc.
Save fields Treeview. Metadata row. Tags. Add a tag.
Yeah,
Explorer.
here I can add a tag.
Save fields Treeview. Metadata row. Title. Add a title. Title tab. Save thumbnail checkbox not checked. To check, press spacebar. Tab. Toolbar. To activate, press the spacebar. Toolbar hide folders button.
Yeah, here's the hide
Tab.
folder.
Menu. Tools.
And then here's the tools menu. So let me just show you what's in there. Let me go down.
Map network drive. Save options . General options . Web options . Compressed pictures . Map network drive .
So several options are there. And just to show
Web
you,
options .
like in the general options, if I press
Leaving
enter,
menus.
we'll
Tools.
see
Save as dialog. General options dialog. General options dialog. Password edit. Password edit. Password edit. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type the value.
Here I can also add a password to my document, which is a nice feature. Just to show you, so yes, Word is hiding some options in the dialog to save a file. So yes, let me put a password. It's going to be simple as Canadialog. Sorry.
Star tab. Password to modify : edit.
So yes, I can enter a password in order to modify the document. I'll put the same.
Star tab. Read - only recommended checkbox not checked.
I can block the document to read only.
Tab. Protect document ... button.
I can do a protected document.
Tab. Macro security . tab.
There's
OK
a lot
button.
of stuff,
Space.
so let me
General
press
options.
OK.
Confirm password. Re-enter password to open :
Oh, okay. I need to punch in the password to open again.
Star. Confirm password. Re-enter password to modify :
Oh, the password to modify.
Star. Menu. Tools. To move.
There it is. Then I can continue turning around by pressing tab.
Tab. Leaving menus. Second test.txt - word. Save as dialog. Save button.
Okay, then here's the save
Tab.
button.
Cancel button. Tab.
And the
Toolbar
rest
up to tab.
is quite
Toolbar up tab.
classic.
Search edit box edit. Tab.
The search area.
Command module toolbar. Organize button.
The organize button.
Treeview. Kingston left (D:).
Here's the Treeview.
Shell folder view. Explorer pane. Folder layout pane. Shell folder view. Items view list box. .fsevenst. 2018-12-12
And here I can see the content of my USB stick.
Tab.
Then
Header.
pressing
Name split
tab.
button.
Here's the filter or organizer bar.
Tab. File name : combo box. Second test.docs.
And then here the file name is already set to second test.docs. So yes, I can keep it as is, and I can validate just by pressing the enter key. Let me do this.
Edit unavailable. Type in text. Edit.
So I am now back in my file. For sure, I can double check if the file was saved properly by pressing insert T.
Title is second test.docs-word.
It seems to be. So let me press Alt F4 to close Word.
Alt F4.
And now maybe I can just go on my USB stick and show you how it looks like. So
Windows
let me
E.
press the Windows E command.
This PC. Items view.
There it is. Pressing K to find out the Kingston.
K. Devices and drives expanded. Kingston left paren D colon right paren.
Yeah, by the way, I was talking about the Treeview in the Windows Explorer. Let me just open the Kingston and I'll show you.
Enter. Shell folder view. Items view list box. To move to an item, press the arrow keys. Items view.
So you know here I'm in my USB stick. If I press Shift Tab just to show you.
Shift tab. Treeview. Level 2. Kingston left paren.
So you know the Treeview also exists here in the Windows Explorer. So if you want to use it, you can press Shift Tab at any time to find out the Treeview, as we can find it out in the Open or Save as dialog. Let me press Tab again to get back to my USB stick content.
Tab. Shell folder view. Items view multi-select list box. Not selected.
And then if I try to look at the podcast demo.
P. Podcast demo. Enter.
Enter.
Podcast demo. Items view list box. To move to an item, press the arrow keys.
Nothing's in there. So the file has been moved out. That's fine.
Kingston
Let
left
me press
paren D
the
colon
backspace key, and then let me press S to locate second test.
S. Second test.docs.
Here it is. So that's the word. And if I go down,
Second test.txt.
I have also the txt file.
Second
So
test.docs. 30 of
let me
35.
Open the second test.docs.
Enter.
And we'll see what's going to happen.
Opening dash word. Word. Password. Enter password to open file. Edit combo. To set the
And
value, use the arrow keys.
now I'm asked to punch in the password, allowing to open the file. So let me punching in.
Password. Password colon. Edit combo. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type the value. Blank.
And apparently this is the password allowing to edit the file. So let me punch in the same thing.
Stop.
And in a couple of seconds,
Second test
there it
docs.
is.
I can type some text here. If I add some text If I add.
And this is the content of my document. So this is pretty nice. Let me close this
Alt
out.
F4.
And before ending this podcast, I'd like to show you two other things. The first one is what's going to happen if you close a Word document without previously saving it. And let's see if you just want to discard it. Then you may see a different window than what you may see usually. And this is particularly the case if you're connected to OneDrive or even if you're using a Microsoft Office account connected to your Word application. So if you're logged in with an Office account, you may experience that. So let me open
Search
the Word
box
again.
edit. O-D. Word. Enter. Microsoft
All
Word
right.
document. Opening
Then
dash Word.
Okay, then let me type in Hello World.
H-E-L-L-O space. W-R-L-D. Exclamation. Hello World.
There we go. Then if I press the Alt F4, let's see how the dialog looks like.
Alt F4. Document 1 dash Word. File name. File name edit. Hello World. Type in text.
So automatically my focus is placed in a file name. So Word asks me to save the file even if I don't want to do it necessarily. And be careful because this dialog is not build exactly the same as the regular save as dialog. So we'll do a quick tour of it. So here's the file name. If I press the tab key,
Tab. Save as type combo box. Word document left.
here you have the save type.
Tab. Menu. Choose a location submenu.
And here we can find out a menu allowing to choose where to save the file. Before showing you this menu, let me continue pressing tab.
Tab. Leaving menus. More save options button.
Here are saved options.
Tab. Save button.
The
To act-
save button.
Tab. Don't save button.
Here's the don't save button if you want to close and discard.
Tab. Cancel button.
Cancel will place the focus back inside our document.
Tab. File name edit. Hello.
And I'm back to my file name, which is, by the way, referenced with.
File name edit. Hello World. Type in text.
So, you know, as I explained before, some applications are using the first line or the first word of the files in order to automatically name the file when it is time to save it. So this is not really a comment for us and this is not really helpful. So let's say if you just want to discard a file, let
Escape.
me press the escape
Edit.
key. Then I am back in my file.
Hello world.
So just press Alt F4.
Alt F4. File name edit. Hello world.
And the best thing will be to back tab twice.
Shift tab. Cancel. Shift tab. Don't save button.
And click here the Don't Save button. If you really want to use this dialog, then
Tab.
press
Cancel.
tab until you'll find the menu
Tab.
we were talking
File
about.
name edit. Tab. Save as type. Tab. Menu. Choose a location submenu.
And then you may expand this menu by pressing Alt down arrow.
Open list box. Leaving menus. Dialog. List box. To move to an item, press the arrow keys. List box. Documents. 1 of 8.
So by default, it's going to be saved into document.
Documents.
Then if I go down,
Factures abridgment.
so here I have my recent folder emplacement. So I don't want to make you hear all of that. Then if I go completely at the end of the list by pressing the End key.
End. More locations.
Then here I have a More Location button. Then if I click this,
Save as dialog.
there it is.
File name edit combo. Hello world.docs.
And now the regular Save As dialog has popped up. And here, this is the one we are used to. So if you want to avoid having playing in the menu, just make sure to save your file before closing Word. So if your Word is properly configured, as I did before in this podcast, you can either just press Ctrl S, or if it is not, or if you really want to make sure to see the classic Save As dialog, then you can press the F12 key. So let me press escape to exit this window. Then I will press Alt F4.
Alt F4.
For sure, because
File name
I
edit.
don't
Hello
want
world.
to save this document. I will have no choice to back tab until I'll find out the Don't Save button.
Shift tab. Cancel
So
button.
1,
Shift tab. Don't save button.
2.
Space.
Then here I can click and Word will be automatically closed without saving my document. Just to compare, let me show you how it usually looks like if you press Alt F4 on a document that was not previously saved.
Search box at
open the notepad again.
Enter. Untitled notepad. Edit. AELO space LD.
Let me type in again Hello World, then pressing Alt F4.
Alt F4. Notepad dialog. Do you want to save changes to Untitled? Save button.
So here we have only 2 buttons, 3 with the cancel, sorry. So 3 buttons, so save. If I press tab.
Tab. Don't save button. Tab. Cancel button. Tab. Save button. Tab.
You
don't
know?
save tab. Cancel button.
So much easier.
Tab.
So
save. Shift tab.
if I want to click Don't Save, the notepad will be closed.
Shift tab. Don't space. Jaws home mute.
Or in the case I'd like to find back my document, then I can just click the cancel button, or I can also press the escape key.
Search
Let me reopen the notepad. I just want to
press right to switch
show
preview.
you something.
Enter. Untitled notepad.
Here it is. Now, I just want to take the time to show you how to use the organizer bar. So let me press Ctrl S again.
Control S.
I will reopen the Save As
Save
dialog.
as dialog. File
there it
name.
is. Then let me press Shift Tab twice.
Shift tab. Shift tab.
Okay, it seems that there's nothing here. Let me press F4. We'll see where we are now.
F4. Address edit combo. D:\podcast demo.
Oh, at this time we are currently in an empty folder, and that's why we heard nothing when pressing Shift Tab twice. So let me press F6 3 times.
F6. Items view list
there
box.
There it is. Then let me press Backspace a couple of times. We'll find back our document folder. So until I stop hearing
Shell
things.
folder view. Item.
Oh, again. Okay, there we go. So now I am at the first level. Then let me select
One Canadialog English.
This PC.
T. This PC.
Perfect. Here it is.
Enter.
Pressing
Shell
enter.
folder view.
Then
D. Desktop. D. Documents.
Let me find out document. There we go.
Enter.
Pressing enter.
Items view list box. To move to an item, press the arrow keys. Items view list box. Custom Office templates. 2019-12-18-10-18 p.m. file folder. 1 of 4.
Okay, yeah. At this time, there is no text file in my documents, but just to show you the organizer bar, let me go ahead and display all the files in this folder. So let me press tab.
File name combo box.
Just after file name.
Tab. Save as type combo box. Text.
Save as type. So here's currently text document. So only the text files and folder will be shown shown when browsing the document folder.
Text,
so let
all
me
file-
expand that and
All files left
selecting all files instead.
Shift tab, Shift tab,
And
Shift tab.
pressing Shift
Custom
tab.
Office templates. 1 of 11.
Okay, now we have more stuff to do our test and demo. So let me show you. Currently, it is filtered by name, folder first, file after.
Models Office DAP Portable. Pictures. JFW20. JFW20.
Yeah, you have two logs file.
Logo with description ajuste some NFC on OK.p OK.test.mp.
Okay, so here I have several files. For sure, they are all not compatible with the Notepad, especially with
test.mp3.
test.mp3. This is not something we can open in the Notepad, but anyway.
Tab, header,
let me
name split button.
Press the tab key. Here's the name split button. Then if I want to change the way items are organized, I can just arrow right.
Date modified split button. Type split button. Size split button. Name split button. Date modified split button.
And
name split button.
Also, I think that if I call the context menu on one of these buttons.
Applications. Contact. Size all. Name checked unavailable. Date modified checked. Type checked.
Yeah, I can also check using the context menu.
Authors. Tags.
And
more
I can even see more items that I can organize item by.
Size column to fit.
So,
S.
but just
escape. Leave
let me press escape and then
date modified split button.
Let me just for fun select the date modified. So I will press enter here.
Enter. Items view multi-select list box. Not selected custom office templates. 2009.
Okay, I am now back into my folder list view. Let me press the home key.
Home. JFW2020 200.
And yes, this is one of the files I've modified yesterday. Let me go down.
JF NFC OK. Logo test.dap portable.
So they are now organized by dates. And then if I press the hand key.
And pictures.
Picture is the first item. Then let me press the tab key again to find back the organizer bar.
Tab, header, date modified split button.
And on this button, if I click it again.
Space, items view multi-select.
Then it will invert the order. So instead of showing the most recent at the top, it will show at the top the older item.
Pictures, home.
So let me
pictures, models of home, pictures.
Press home. Picture is the first item of the list. And if I press the hand key.
And JFW2020.
It is the most recent file. Then
tab, header, date modified split button.
I press tab again to find back the organizer bar, and on each buttons, because they are split buttons, I can also use Alt down arrow to open a submenu.
Calendar, July, a
and
long
then
time
go down.
Earlier this year, yesterday, today.
So I can select
yesterday, 1 of 4, why?
Let's say if I want to see only files that were edited yesterday.
Today. Select a date or date range :
and then I can even select a date range.
Escape.
Let me press
Leaving
escape
menus.
on that.
Items tab.
Pressing
File
tab.
name : edit combo. Shift tab.
Oops.
Shell folder view. Items view list box. Header. Date modified.
Okay, here it is.
Name split
Let
button.
me find back the
Enter.
name.
Items
I will
view.
filter by name by pressing enter.
Tab.
And
Header.
pressing
Name
the
split
tab
button.
key. Name split. If I expand the name menu, Alt down arrow,
Menu.
then
H.
going down.
1 of IP. QZ. H. 1.
I can filter by a subcategory, so I have several ways to organize my file or to filter them.
Escape.
So
Leaving.
pressing escape, and that's it for the organizing and filtering bar. So this is it. Another thing you may also keep in mind is if you're trying to save several files at once, let's say you received an email with 15 attached files. So if you select them all, then you click Save Attachment. Then instead of saving a file, you'll have to select a folder. Usually the interface will be quietly the same, except that you'll have to select a folder. And then when you'll press Tab, instead of finding out the file name, you'll find out the folder name, and then you should find out a select folder button or just an OK button to select the appropriate folder. So be aware of this. Some dialogs like these ones may allow as well to select folder only and like to save multiple files at once. This is it. I really hope this podcast was helpful for you to better understand how to use the safe and open dialogues. If you have some questions, comment, or suggestion for next podcast, feel free to contact us. You can reach us by phone, email, social networks. You'll find all our contact details in a moment. And keep in mind that we can also offer private or group trainings. Feel free to contact us so we can send you a quote adapted to your need. This was Alexandre Bedmar. Thank you very much for listening and talk to you soon. Before ending this podcast, we would like to thank you for your loyalty to this series of podcasts on assistive technologies. We would also like to thank our loyal collaborators. As a reminder, I would like to inform you that Canadialog will not offer free technical support on product presented during these shows and that are not sold directly by Canadialog. Note that Canadialog offers private or group training as well as technical assistance services billed on an hourly basis. Contact us to get a quote adapted to your need or to find out more. Our podcasts are available on several popular platforms as on iTunes, Google Podcast, YouTube, TuneIn, Victor, etc. Visit our website accessible at canadialog.com, canadialog.com for more details. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments related to this podcast series, please contact us by email at podcastwithans@canadialog.com. That is podcasts at canadialog.com. You can also reach us by phone on our toll-free number at 1-888-730-0003, extension 555. Feel free to check out Canadialog on Facebook and Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.